Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
Basketball friends, this is for you.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello, YouTube. Sorry we're late. Fuck off. We'll start when we want. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. Reminder, you can get ad-free episodes of No Dunks emailed to you directly every day just by joining our Substack, $5 a month. So if you're tired of the ad reads, cut them out of your life for as low as $5 a month. It's quite the service we have here. So, you can't really complain, in my opinion. Just go support the boys and get ad-free episodes. Or live with the ads. Either or. We need to survive.
Gotta keep the heat on.
Yeah, the heat. Yeah, good one. We try and turn the heat off before we go live. A little bit of delay reasons there. Anyway, who cares? We're going to hit the beach later, speaking of heat, to answer some of your questions that you guys have sent in. Good batch of cues, as always.
Nice as always. Yeah, I got some more in because we kind of mentioned that we're going to do a mailbag yesterday, and then they came in. They started firing in. I said, are we going to replace some of the oldies with some of the new goodies? Next time.
Such a catch-22. A real batch 22, actually.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, the heat just went off. Good.
Nice. Now we can start the show.
Yeah, start it over.
Yeah, the preamble it's done.
That's right. So before we get to the beach, though, that's later on. Let's talk about last night's games, last night's big storylines. We'll start with the Rockets beating the Wizards 123-118 on Monday night. Şengün, KD combined for 62 points. But the wildest moment was Trae Young getting ejected from the game after leaving the bench to complain to a referee days before he's expected to make his Wizards debut. That's right. He wasn't playing last night. In theory, that's coming later this week. But he was upset with Tari Eason getting away with a couple shoves, and there was no call, so he stepped on the floor. He's barking at the official, and they said, get out of here, man.
G'day.
Yeah. Trae Young tossed. And the Wizards, played a competitive game here, but the Rockets took care of business.
Yeah, definitely a fun match between these two. I thought a worthy ejection for Trae Young. He walked down the official, continued jawing at him, pointing at him. That gets you technical fouls if you're playing, let alone if you're coming off the bench wearing a matching sweatsuit. So even though this was all Tari Eason's fault, this guy got very upset that he basically got dunked on, as a fast break, and Jameer Watkins found whoever for the dunks, and then kind of barked in his face. Tari Eason was feeling some type of way and straight up pushed him down.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. This is another sort of fight that I approve of here. And I think if I'm a Wizards player, if I'm a Wizards fan, I love this. Trae Young hasn't even stepped on the court yet, and he's already backing our guys. Great stuff.
Leaves a positive impression on teammates
Big
and
time.
Coaches and stuff like that.
He's got our back. Nobody else out there was fighting, but this guy was, and he was coming off the bench to do it.
Big time. The fans have something to cheer about. This is our lead guy on a very bad team. And so he's going to lead our team. You could see that. You could see the little spittle on his beard as he was so mad he started spitting. But yes, I thought what they did to Tari Eason and not give him a friggin' foul for shoving.
Two-handed
Watkins.
shove, yeah.
Yeah, and then a second one.
Yeah,
a little
back.
light one
Yeah.
after Watkins threw that alley-oop, and then he got right in Tari Eason's face.
Yeah.
He gave a stare, but then it took Tari Eason another 10 seconds to shove him, which was, I don't know why they didn't hit up Tari Eason immediately and just say, a flagrant something, instead of just, flagrant. Yeah, okay.
They
At least just
right?
they should have
They
called
double-text.
dead ball
Yeah,
on
exactly.
that double
Something.
hand shove, and maybe it wouldn't have led to Trae Young getting tossed.
Yeah.
But what a day for Trae. I know it was March 2nd yesterday. Today is Trae Day.
Finally.
March 3rd.
Finally.
But three things yesterday with Trae, really, when you think about it. One, we got the announcement that he is going to return later this week. Okay. Then we had Mark Stein reporting that all signs point to a 3-year contract extension this summer for Trae and the Wizards, like a part of their near-term plans here. And then this happens, and he gets tossed. And he was wearing, the all white fit, looking like the coaches, I thought, for a second, because they were wearing their white zips. So he was sort of blending in a little bit. Maybe that's why it took the official a second to hold on, are you an assistant coach? No, you're Trae Young. Get out of here. But an active day there for Trae Young.
Active day. And I'm looking forward to seeing them play. I guess we've gotten, the Jazz got fined, the Pacers got fined. There's been a lot of talk of the NBA examining injuries to see whether or not they're worthy. Trae Young hasn't played in months at this point, with things that probably wouldn't keep him out if this was a playoff push for the Washington Wizards, or if he was still an Atlanta Hawk. So it's going to be cool to see him back on the court in a uniform.
Since he hasn't played, the question is, how much is this 3-year extension for, if he does sign it? That's the very intriguing part.
I think
here.
Stein was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, something around that. I thought it was in the 40 million per sort of mark, so maybe even less is what he's hypothesizing here.
It's quite a contract for 140 mil for someone who hasn't played, they haven't even seen how he would play with them. I guess they're just tearing up that player option for next season, I imagine, because he has a player option next year for 48 mil, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's almost 49 mil, and would be saying, here's another 3 years, Trae. Now, it kind of works out with the Wizards.
For less.
Yeah, 40
on
per
the season. Yeah,
45.
If that is true, that report. Yeah,
it's not a lot less. I mean, what 46, 46.66666 if it's 140 mil. That being said, it works out with this very, very young team in that they aren't paying many people at all, other than Anthony Davis.
Yeah, the AD part is funny, but yes.
Yeah, who's under contract for 2 years. On the other side, the point guard, Reed Shepherd, was the interesting part. I mean, he's starting ever since we were questioning whether or not Ime Udoka would give this guy the keys, because they seem to need somebody at the end of games. And Reed Shepherd has not gotten the start many times, but he started now 2 games in a row, 3 of 4. He had a career high 10 assists in this one. He had a career high 6 steals in this one. It looks like a different team when he's out there, and that's definitely going to happen against the Washington Wizards. So not to say that this was a monumental win, because it was not a monumental win. It was double digits with a minute left, and then it turned into a somewhat close game as the Wizards went on their little run. But we'll see if Ime Udoka sticks with it, and maybe Ime Udoka can change. Because we've always wondered.
Can change?
Yes, people, that's the whole
thing.
thing.
Piece of shit. He can
did,
change.
right? That's why he got fired from Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
But I wonder if Reed Shepherd will stay in the starting lineup, because he's basically out there because Jabari Smith Jr. is out with an injury. I think it's smart to have him there, but more than likely he becomes a situational guy, because you see him sticking Keyonte George last night, and he comes up to Keyonte George's waist. Yeah. It feels like he's very small. We know Udoka favors the defensive side of the ball, and Reed is going to be somebody that teams go at defensively, but he's a good playmaker. He's got really good hands. He's getting in the passing lanes. He's not picking pockets, but if somebody's making a telegraph pass, he's going to be able to get a steal. I like him out there for sure for this Rockets team that needs somebody who'll bomb away from 3. He's really good with hit-ahead passes as well. He just kind of makes them play a little bit faster and a little bit more cohesive. So I'm sure that Udoka will go back to Jabari Smith, but I don't know if it'll be a guaranteed that he starts every game going forward either. Reed Shepherd should get a chance a little bit.
Well, the key is the end of games, really. Is he going to play at the end of games? Because he can come off the bench, but the key is the last 6 minutes. What is happening with this Rockets team? They just seem like a standalone type of team that just doesn't have a guy who makes it happen. So that's the key. But he can get burned on the other end, so there's no doubt. But you could see Alper and Şengün loved playing with this guy yesterday. Set him up 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch.
Yeah.
Again, in clutch time is more important than starting, but TBD. And you mentioned the injury to Jabari Smith. Amen Thompson also left this game with an ankle injury. So, stuff is happening. When's Fred coming back? I can't stop talking about Fred.
I cannot.
I've never heard anybody else talk about it.
I was going to say, man.
What about Fred?
Sort of crickets out
not
there.
even Fred.
Yeah.
Is he coming back? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
no
think
idea.
so. He got hurt right before the season. That'd be a really quick turnaround.
People think Tass has a massive bet on FanDuel prediction market on Fred VanVleet. Trying to move the
first
needle,
bucket?
because you are the only one, or not the only one, but you are every day here saying, "Is he coming back? When's he coming back?" Feels like he's coming back. I watched the clip of him talking. Feels like
I don't talk about him
crickets
every day.
otherwise.
If there's a bet on Predictor how many days I talk about Fred VanVleet, bet the under on every day, because it's not every day. But
okay. but bet the over compared to everyone else.
Don't bet on Fred VanVleet coming back. betting is no, because betting on predictors.
Okay,
is just
gotcha.
strange. It's just strange. But bet on Tatum coming back. He's coming back.
The Rockets are 38-22. By the way, this is a good record. They're an elite team on both sides of the floor. I think they're top 7 offensively, top 6 defensively. Really good net rating. It's just a funny team here. They've jumped into 3rd place now in the Western Conference standings. They're, I guess, a half a game up on the Timberwolves, who are in 4th there. They basically have identical records, but one more loss for the Wolves. But yeah, it's just strange. Like, they are a good team, but no one has a lot of confidence in them here because maybe vibes and sort of like this slow play. And is that going to work in the postseason? But when all their guys come through like they did last night, their main guys that were playing, like KD, Şengün, Reed, like, they look damn good. They do. They are a good team. I can see why people have reservations in playoff series though moving forward.
Yeah, big time. They've got a lot of good players, but like I think since December 1st, they're maybe 12th in offense, 10th in defense, which is good, but it's not elite, you know? And if they get the right matchup, a team that doesn't have as high-powered of an offense that can get strangled out by all the size they throw out there, that gets beat on the glass the same way the Wizards did last night, that'll play to the Rockets' advantage. Unfortunately for them, a lot of big teams in the Western Conference who can kind of match them from a physicality standpoint.
Who do you think they would want to play in a first-round series if you're the Houston Rockets? Like a realistic 3-6 or 4-5 sort of matchup. Do they want to play the Wolves, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Suns? I mean, that's probably who it's going to be, one of those teams.
Well, they want to fight with the Suns. I think they'd love to do that. Fight against Dillon Brooks one more time. I think they like the size matchup of that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, the Suns are the worst team of those, so that's who they would choose number 1. But Lakers, I think, of the teams that are gunning for the 6th seed, I think would be the matchup just because they feel pretty soft inside.
Let's go to Giannis returning last night. Your guy. Speaking of prediction markets, Giannis is back. Scored 19.
Oh, did you bet on that on Kalshi?
No, I did not. He scored 19 in his return, but the Bucks got absolutely stomped by the Celtics here, and we can get into how they looked, Boston. But you know, Giannis did admit tasks. He felt rusty out there. This was the longest injury-related absence of Giannis's career. 19 points, 11 boards, 2 assists in defeat. Any thoughts?
I didn't understand what Doc Rivers was doing. Starting Ousmane Dieng, putting Ryan Rollins to the bench. This starting lineup played for the first time with the Milwaukee Bucks this season. It was all sort of strange. They went on their little run. They won 8 of 10 games, and they did come off 2 losses, but I didn't really understand putting Ryan Rollins to the bench. I mean, I get it. You want a wing in Ousmane Dieng because they have no wings, and you have 3 guards out there in Ryan Rollins, Kevin Porter Jr., and AJ Green, and you got to cut one, but it really was puzzling to me, and that's why I thought that the Celtics got up 10 immediately. They lost the first quarter by 10. They were just being outworked, and Ryan Rollins is going to work. He's going to set guys up. That whole first quarter was puzzling to me against the Celtics team that was playing 5 games in 7 nights. No Jaylen Brown, no Neemias Queta, still no Jason Tatum. That whole thing was totally strange. And off the bench, Kyle Kuzma, DNP-CD in this one, as they're just throwing stuff at the wall to see if they... Is it trying to please Giannis Antetokounmpo by saying, see this Ousmane Dieng guy that you have chemistry with? He's our next wing. It's all sort of puzzling. They threw Gary Harris in there instead of Kyle Kuzma. He ain't fighting over a screen. He ain't fighting over everything. It was just open threes, so they got destroyed immediately. Listen, Ousmane Dieng was fun. He's hitting threes. He was coming around that wheel and hitting threes, sure. But Hugo Gonzalez was my guy watching on the other side. They were just outworking the Milwaukee Bucks. So, the Giannis returning is a story, but really the whole thing was just up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And, yeah, they've lost 3 in a row after that 8-2 run. But I just don't understand. Yeah, the Knicks, fine. It's fine to get blown up by the Knicks, but the Bulls, that was a bad one. And now this one.
Yeah, Bobby
terrible.
Portis called that little stretch there where they did win 8 of 11 games. I think it was in February. He called it fool's gold for real.
He said we started playing great teams like the Chicago Bulls.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I couldn't believe that.
But his whole
Bobby
point, we
still
were playing
respects
against teams that were basically tanking and not good teams, and now we play somewhat solid teams, maybe besides the Bulls, and we were getting waxed here. So he's like, we're not good.
I didn't understand changing it up. That was odd to me. But anyway.
Thoughts on Celtics crushing Giannis's return?
Well, I thought Giannis looked pretty decent for his longest layoff that he had. He played through contact the way he always does. His first basket looked like one I've seen a million times, putting Vucevic into the hoop, finishing over the top. I think he had how many baskets did he end up making last night? 7 baskets. I think 6 of them were dunks. Another one was a layup. He didn't make a jump shot. He was having trouble finishing tougher layups. Like in a half-court scenario, he wasn't really able to elevate necessarily the same way he was. He didn't hit any of his fadeaways, but when he was able to run, he was looking like Giannis out there. So, I mean, I think encouraging that he didn't get hurt. That's good. But they're 3.5 games out of the 10th seed right now. They're chasing the Hornets and the Hawks, and they got completely smoked by the Celtics' second unit. Like, they were running as many white guys out there as they possibly could, and Hugo Gonzalez. And it wasn't even close. Blew them out in the second half, and it was the same way the Bucks have been losing all season. They gave up 19 offensive rebounds. They turned the ball over 16 times. They got outshot from 3. They're going to need more than 20 minutes from Giannis per game if they're going to make any sort of a run into the play-in tournament. But I don't know. I'm not very optimistic on Milwaukee for the second half of the season, or the last third of the season here. But I don't know. I saw that Giannis was going to be debuting his new Nikes, and I was literally shocked that he was taking the court again. But they look good.
They do look good.
Yeah, the Freak 8 looks nice.
Yeah, is that what we're up to? Freak 8?
Freak 8.
Yeah. Those are the pink ones?
Those are the pinks.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, you do start to wonder, is that part of the reason why he's out there? I did too. Hey, he didn't even want to discuss. Giannis is asked about it. Like, hey, let's talk about the Bucks playoff chances here. You know, what'd you say? 3.5 back from the play-in? He didn't even want to talk about it. He's like, he's just reiterating, I'm just happy to be back on the court. You know, finding my rhythm, focusing on that. It's like, okay, yes, but what about actually playing and trying to get in there? But he didn't want to talk about it. But you're right. Joe's starting lineup: White, Gonzalez, Shireman, Hauser, and Vucevic. As many people are pointing out, the all-white lineup with Derek White in there. First time they've ever seen the floor together. These 5, and they just destroyed the Bucks on the road.
They Baylor Shireman a +6, but everybody else plus double digits. Yeah. They destroyed them.
They did, yeah. We're talking about Vooch at center and literally getting destroyed on the offensive glass. Big part of that was Hugo Gonzalez, but 5 games in 7 days the Celtics were playing, and again, the little insertions, Kyle Kuzma sitting, I thought he has been playing fairly well this season in his role. He hasn't gotten into that mid-range doing that type of thing. DMP CD for that guy. See you later. I don't understand why Doc just throwing stuff at the wall at this time of the season. It doesn't really make sense to me. Effort-wise, just here's the new Ousmane Dieng, new starter with this new lineup. I didn't get it whatsoever, and you could see by the effort level, it just wasn't there.
So a night after Keita had his career night against Sixers, it was Gonzalez here in this one. You brought it up. His 3rd career start, but 18 points, 16 boards, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Apparently he was the first Celtics rookie to have a stat line like that since Larry Bird. So that's how good Gonzalez was looking last night. And I bring him up because in Beach, STEPPIN later, we do have a question about all rookie teams. Did he do enough last night to crack an all rookie second team? We'll debate that later.
Yeah, this guy.
Great timing by him.
This guy averages 4 points per game this season. But I think I've talked about him more than I've talked about Fred VanVleet this season. I love watching him. Literally, he had a putback dunk in the first minute and then another putback dunk 2 minutes later than that. The guy was just getting after it. That's what he does.
Plays his ass off.
He just turned 20. He's a young boy. But I would say any team would easily accept him, put him into their rotation. Any team in the NBA.
According to Celtics stats, it was the 7th time the Celtics have won a game on the road by 20-plus points and 13th time this season. So they're taking care of business on the road, even missing a bunch of guys, and just destroy Milwaukee. Let's go to another return. Clippers rallied to beat the Warriors in Darius Garland's debut. Scored 12 points in his Clippers debut. He did come off the bench, played about 22, 23 minutes. Little rusty looking, 5 turnovers, but your takeaway from the Clips getting the victory and Garland's debut there with the LAC.
This was a really weird looking game. Orange versus tan on a brown court. Yes. Incredibly autumnal out there. I thought Garland looked really tentative. 7 of his 9 shots were 3-point attempts. He got a tip in transition where he threw a weird lob to Kawhi Leonard. He's like, I was trying to test his athleticism, see if he still got it. It got tipped back to him, and he made the shot. So basically a wide open layup, and then he had a little pull up at the free throw line. To me, he was playing not to get hurt. I guess he got popped in the face in this one, diving on the side with Moses Moody, took a shoulder to the face.
Yeah.
We know Garland has had face problems in the past. 5 turnovers, like you said, Skeets. 3 of them came right away. Seemed to be surprised that the Warriors were blitzing him on pick and rolls. He's like, hey, man, I just got back. Let me have it easily. So, the Clippers made a smart move, and we're just giving him a single pick at the top and letting him work a little bit more easily in the second half. But yeah, he was barely going inside the 3-point line, rarely in the lane. Looked like bad Darius Garland that we'd seen at the end of his Cavaliers tenure when he's just trying to stay healthy rather than the downhill setup guy that is him at his peak.
Yeah, it was odd. 3 turnovers in the first quarter for him. It was a tale of 2 halves, really, for both teams. Watching Brandon Podziemski. This might be the Brandon Podziemski night. 20 points in the first half. Cooking. This team was up double digits at half. Then everything went awry. Brandon Podziemski only 2 points in the second half. The entire team, really. The starting lineup, there's only one guy who had more than 1 bucket in the second half. They shot 32%. Porzingis is still not playing that whole thing. Totally. Strange scenario, how they haven't been extremely clear about him with Potts. They just haven't been talking about it. Either way, terrible second half, again, after being up double digits. But that being said, it was the Clippers defense that ratcheted up for the second half, and Garland looked better in the second half. Just needed a quick rest in the locker room. He looked like a different player.
Yannick at the disco? Is that a nickname?
I don't know, but I did hear Noah Eagle call him Yannick Keenan Noterhauser last night. Like, you got to be a sicko to know if that's a mispronunciation.
Yes.
Yannick Keenan
There's a
Noterhauser.
lot of syllables to get right there, but he had a good game. I bring him up because 11 points, 9 boards, 2 steals, 4 blocks, so 6 stocks for him. He's obviously an energetic big.
He's huge.
He is big, exactly, a big Swiss guy. So, is it a part of the equation, though, in moving off of Zubats, and it was like too good to turn down with the draft capital and Benedict Mathurin, who had a solid game off the bench. But then you sort of have some confidence in this guy being able to slot in there. I think that's a part of the equation moving forward for them. And I love their orange jerseys. I've said this before.
They look good.
This should be their permanent look, in my opinion. I think it looks great. I think it's unique. Obviously, it has the Buffalo Braves angle to it. So I'm a fan of them. Even though, it does look a little weird on that Warriors court, that brown court or whatever you want to call it. With the root tree.
If you didn't know, you would not know that was a Clippers versus Warriors game.
No.
But the bench was awesome, I thought, for the Clippers. I think the Warriors only had 10 guys available. All of them were playing. So when it was garbage time, it was the same guys that had been playing in the third quarter. And it was just a turnover fest for Golden State. We talked about it yesterday. Unless they have a player have an outlier game, offense is a real struggle for them right now. If Podziemski is your number one option, there are going to be some good moments, and there are going to be a lot of fallow stretches as well. But Mathurin was good. Yannick was really good. And then Kobe and Jordan combined to score 20 points. They should be playing that up more. They got a guy named Kobe and a guy named Jordan that play and do guard stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anything else from that one? We'll go to the final game of the night.
I will just say, overall, the City Edition courts, they're so nice. I don't think it's our bias or my bias, because I watch basketball every night and it's nice to see something a little fresh. Because I know some people hate it. Let's get some traditional courts out. Let's get some traditional jerseys. I don't want that orange jersey. I don't want that brown thing. But overall, that court, I thought the Bucks Cream City court, where they've got that whole pattern going on inside the arc, I love them. In comparison to the altered NBA Cup courts, I should say. They're way better.
Okay.
Just overall. I like basketball. I like watching basketball on nice courts. Simple as that.
Well, you maybe enjoyed this last game then. Jamal Murray went for 45 points to help the Nuggets beat the Jazz. 128-125. Trey Kirby, I'm sure you popped this morning when you saw on the NBA YouTube page, elite guard duel.
Oh, wow.
Epic down the middle of the thumbnail.
I watched it live. I was loving Jazz versus Nuggets. I was pulling for the Jazz so hard. And it was fun to watch Keyonte George and Jamal Murray basically go bucket for bucket. Little concerning, though, for the Nuggets. We've talked a lot about how they've been struggling since Nikola Jokic's return, and last night they just could not get a stop down the stretch. The Jazz at one point in the fourth quarter had 8 straight makes. I think they ended up doing a 9 for 10 sort of deal. Keyonte George scored 10 straight at one point. Now, Murray did hit some big shots as well for the Nuggets, but the defense was really concerning because a lot of it was Valanciunas out there. They would put Christian Braun and Valanciunas into an action, and Keyonte George would just run around, both of them. He was out-quicking the guard and the big there, and then once Jokic comes back in, same exact thing was happening. Sometimes it was the other Braun, Bruce, trying to stick Keyonte George. So to me, that was just showing that the Nuggets really have something to worry about because the big man's not going to stop anything at the rim, whether it's Valanciunas or Jokic. They might get a steal, but in general, they can get beat to the spot. And without Peyton Watson there, the Nuggets don't have a great point of attack defender. They don't have a lot of quickness on the perimeter. We'll talk about Tyus Jones here in a second. I don't think he's going to be the stopper as well. So quick guards are really going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You go back to 23, they're one of the rare teams that doesn't have a good defense, but still can win the entire thing because of how good their offense is. But they do have to pick it up. There's no doubt. Aaron Gordon is the heart of that, and he is expected to come back very, very soon.
Yeah, maybe this week, right?
Right. And hopefully Peyton Watson also joins up just to be sort of a secondary type of guy because they could just sort of rely on him. But yeah, they should definitely be worried. Should we be worried about Nikola Jokic not looking quite like the best player in the world? I mean,
he was frustrated last night by the scrappy defensive guards that Will Hardy and the Jazz were throwing at him.
Yep.
You know, Harkless on him. They were going small on him, and it was really frustrating him to the point where I'm sure a lot of you have seen the clip by now. We had Keyonte George boxing out Jokic on one particular play, and this is the baseline camera angle. And Jokic is just going to, like, jump on his back like he's a horse, and he's, like, trying to ride him. And then eventually Keyonte George just like collapses to the ground because he's carrying, Jokic's weight on his back. Like nothing is called on this play. No. It's one of these just like, what the hell is going on? But the timing of it after the whole Lou Dort and Jokic and whether he was embellishing and that, nonsense, then this follows up TK with Jokic. And if you're a Jokic hater, I guess you're like, hey, see, like what this guy's just flopping around doing the craziest shit out there.
Yes, he was. It was all antics from Jokic. I thought he was mentally taken out of the game by the Jazz. Like you're saying, I mean, I guess they had Shibwe banging with him a little bit, but in general, it was like Conchar, Ace Bailey,
Harkless,
just getting into him, getting underneath his skin, and then having, the help there and throwing a lot of guys at him. It just felt like all bits from Nikola Jokic out there. He did the get on a guy's back. Thurl Bailey dropped should have brought a saddle, bro. Yeah. That was pretty funny. He did that multiple times.
Yes.
And you saw him like when he was catching the ball, he's just trying to draw a foul. He was not trying to get a shot up. He was just come and hit me so that we can restart the possession and I can go to the free throw line. Even when he got fouled at the corner to take his last couple of free throws, held the pose there, trying to say I was shooting a 3-pointer. Like we just talked about, guys never get that call.
Right.
I still don't know how it happened in the Cavs game, but it did. But yeah, he to me, that to me felt like a Luka Doncic game. The way he was complaining to the referees, the way he was so concerned with the physicality from the Jazz, and the Jazz broadcast was disgusted with this guy for the entirety of the game. We had Craig Bolerjack calling Thurl T the entire time. At one point, Jokic flops on. Maybe it was Harkless. I gave him a little pop. Sniper in the building. Come on. I mean, he's the biggest, strongest dude out there, and he's falling all over the place and just trying to lay on guys. This was not an enjoyable Jokic watch.
Yeah, somebody called these Jokic antics avant-garde bullshittery.
Sure.
And I was like, whoa, yeah, that's good. He's trying things here. Comparisons to Luka Doncic. I also sometimes see a lot of comparisons to Chris Paul in Jokic, where he's just trying to, like, completely game everything in terms of every embellishment and every maybe rule. And yeah, there's a lot of contact. And like, look, I know, I'm sure he gets frustrated. He's a giant dude. You see the scars all over him. I get that. But like, he's not playing ball at time. And you're like, man, you are elite. Stop this crap. But avant-garde bullshittery made me laugh there because that play in particular, whatever the hell that was, where he's swimming on George's back. Like, I don't even know what he's trying to do there. Really. Like, because Keyonte George did nothing wrong there.
No, he's boxing out.
He boxed him out.
Yes.
And then he started collapsing over the weight of the guy on his back.
I got to give a head nod to Keyonte George for not collapsing and not getting injured with the guy on his back like that. This was his second game back after an ankle injury. you watch that and you could see an ankle collapsing under there. He handled it. No problem. Like he's in the world's strongest man competition.
Super squat. He's like grimacing.
Yeah. Like literally, it looked like he had a monster boulder on his back, and he just handled it really well. The Jazz are doing exactly what OKC does with Jokic. Small guy. Get after him. Go get him. And Jokic, yeah, he's totally flustered, totally frustrated. It ain't him that we know and love. It's more like Strahinja Jokic, his brother. Like just mad. 4 fouls in the third quarter for Nikola Jokic. That's never been done, I'm sure. And I ain't going to check how many fouls he's had in a quarter, but that sure felt like the angriest we've seen him. That being said, he's playing with the best version of Jamal Murray of his NBA career. Jamal Murray's having his best regular season, and that helps. That helps them with all these injuries happening. And so he drops 45.
Oh my God, that was playoff Jamal Murray right there last night.
Yeah.
Some of those shots he was hitting were nuts. And it honestly, like with Keyonte George sort of matching Jamal Murray, it had sort of shades of like a 2020 playoffs matchup between these two squads. It wasn't Keyonte George, it was Donovan Mitchell, but we saw some high scoring affairs between those two guys. Keyonte George was playing that role last night.
Yeah, that guy had 10 straight for the Jazz at one point. So 45 versus 36, worthy of an elite / duel, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the YouTube
elite
had.
guard duel is what they called it.
Yeah, I mean, Jamal Murray, he was perfect inside the arc, 8 of 13 from 3. Like, just he's playing his best ball. They sit Cam Johnson in this one. I speak of every nugget that needs to be good to help them win a championship. He sits back-to-backs. Well, the one part of back-to-back. So he hasn't been right, especially my excuse is always he hasn't been healthy the entire year, but at the same time, he's got to get better. Hopefully Aaron Gordon just comes back and solves everything, and Cam Johnson is more in his fourth man role, and everything is back to normal.
This was a close game, obviously. Keyonte George drove to the basket down 1 with like 30 seconds to go. He was fouled by Jokic. They called a foul on the play. David Adelman challenged it. They looked at it and they overturned it after review, giving possession to the Nuggets. And then it was like, obviously, I thought the Jazz let too much time go off the clock before they finally got the foul. But that was a huge, obviously, overturned call. One that I thought was a little shocking. I thought there was a bump from Jokic enough to warrant it. TK, were you surprised by that? Or I don't know if you did you stay up to the end for that one?
Of course.
Yeah.
I love a mountain time game. You can stay up late.
It's not too bad. You're right. Yeah, you're
too late. But yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised it got overturned just because Jokic did have, I guess it was probably his left hand like down at George's waist when he went up. But I thought it was pretty marginal contact. I'm only surprised that they overturned it because they called it live. Like I thought that either call would have stayed the way it was. But he got his hand on the ball. So can't complain about that.
Yeah.
And Keyonte George had a good look on the three-point shot as well. He rushed it because surely the Nuggets would be trying to foul in that situation. So he came, caught the ball on the left wing, jumped up, flopped his legs around, and tried to draw a foul as well. And it was just a little bit off.
It almost went. Entertaining game. I mean, this is one you see on the schedule. You're like, oh, this will be a 25-point blowout probably with who maybe the Jazz are rolling out there and stuff like that, but competitive in the end.
Yeah, and great to watch. Yeah. I just thought the court looked great. Prettiest court of the night, do you think?
That Jazz court's great.
Love the purple.
It is
I don't love just the note logo. It's so sparse, I find, but I love that purple and the paint and stuff like that. That's
good. It is wonderful.
The Nuggets did add, you brought it up there, TK, some depth with veteran point guard Tyus Jones. So he will be added to the Nuggets squad. It sounds like this does not move the needle much for you. But what do you think?
I actually like it. Like as an emergency guy, I think that Jalen Pickett, to me, has done enough to be first in line as almost the third string point guard, if we're being realistic, because I guess Bruce Brown is kind of like their second unit guy, though he plays a lot with Murray. But it's not bad to have a trustworthy backup in Tyus Jones. He hasn't been a good playoff player at all in his career. 37% from the field, 31 from 3. Doesn't look to shoot. Very, very small. But like, if they need a change up from Pickett, or if Adelman's not trusting him, sure, give him a chance.
Yeah, ideally they would have gotten somebody at a higher level. I always thought the possibility of plucking Ayo Dosunmu was perfect for them, and that exactly what he is. I mean, it's a secondary, third point guard, really, because not only do they have Bruce Brown, but Aaron Gordon comes in and runs the second unit. It's kind of like what they had with Reggie Jackson in the 23 championship run. If we need a guy to play 5 minutes, here he is.
Right.
And that's what he is. And that's what Reggie Jackson did. And Tyus Jones can do that. This is definitely his worst season of his career.
Yes.
Last year he was way better. But just a steady hand.
Tyus Jones never hurts you,
Yeah.
but sometimes just does.
This year he
not
kind of
much.
hurts this year.
Well, yeah, he hasn't been able to shoot it all, but you know, he doesn't turn the ball over. Okay, like never turns it over. So he just doesn't take risky. We've talked about it before.
He just swings it around.
Exactly. So I mean, my point is that hurting you that way, at least he's not like, oh, you're trying to force things. Maybe you'd like him to actually force some action every once in a while. But yeah, okay. So you guys don't mind it. Nice little ad there from the Nuggets as they try and get things going here with 6 weeks to go for the regular season is over. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll hit the beach.
Happy Trae Day, finally. If you celebrate 3-3 like I do and like I always have for my entire life, then here are a list of notable Traes who deserve your admiration. Trae Young, Trae Anastasio, Trae Flowers, Ken Griffey Jr.'s son, Trae Griffey, Trae Kennedy, Trae Lyles and Trae Burke, both of whom I went head-to-head with in Trae versus Trae matchups.
At Summer League.
Trae McBride, Trae Murphy III, Trae Parker, Trae Turner, Trae Wingo, Trae Songs, and of course, Trae Podcasts. That's my new name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Trae Podcasts.
Podcasts.
Yeah. As you know, it's time for the Super Trae Day sweepstakes. FanDuel is all about those three-pointer moments, and on March 3rd, 3-3, you'll have your own shot at a big win from downtown. Place a 3-point wager, and you'll be entered to win a share of over $3.3 million in bonus bets. Download the Sportsbook app now to claim your profit boost to enter.
I need to add Trey Scott III.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That, a big time oversight for me.
Dennis Scott naming his son Trey because, he was a 3-point shooter. He had to.
Yeah, he simply had to. Trae Scott, I used to be taller than him, and now he's taller than me.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You remember.
He was just a boy. when
Yeah,
we
he
met
was.
him, and now he's a
Unbelievable.
man.
He's a hooper, too. I
Is he a Georgia State fella? Is that where he ended
that where
up
he
going?
Correct.
Keep
I wonder if he's got a game today on Trae Day. It is college basketball season.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. He's a
Well,
lefty.
oh, man.
He's a lefty, too, right? I think.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of college basketball, though, just because we just talked about it, did you see the free throw wedgie
Yeah.
in a college game last
Yeah.
night? Right after we talked about it? That's a legit free throw wedgie.
Clean.
Man.
That was clean.
Damn.
It just got stuck. Sometimes we've seen a rim way up,
Yeah.
a bounce way up, drop in, but that was just clean. Straight up.
Wow, incredible shot. All right, let's hit the beach to answer a few of your questions.
I got the rockets, you got the nuts, I got the chocolates, we got that chit chat down pat, blah blah blah. You got that certain special, je ne sais quoi. Let's go to the beach, baby.
Let's go to the beach. It's the only place to read your emails and your tweets and your comments and your Substack messages and your IGs and all that fun stuff. We got some good ones here. Thanks everybody that sent a cue in. Like Tess said, if we didn't get to it here or we don't get to it today, maybe next time when we hit the beach. If it's evergreen enough, that's the thing.
They're
sometimes,
solid. They're
you know?
solid.
Solid evergreen batch?
Oh, there's going to live forever
All right.
in my labeled mailbag
Oh, nice.
of my email inbox. Yeah.
Yeah?
They're still there.
You got a color tab on that?
There's no colors. I don't color it. Do you
Oh,
color,
no, yeah, I
color
do.
them in the Gmails?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
You know, labels is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, labels. Yes.
Labels.
Yeah,
Do you add a
labels.
color?
No colors.
Fascinating. Add a
It's got
color.
a name. It's got a name. That's
Add a
all
color.
it needs.
Add a color. Add a green, please. If they're evergreen, add a green.
The one that's the most evergreen
yeah.
has really nothing to do with mailbag like questions for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gentleman who will be coming to Atlanta to watch World Cup soccer games from Britain who wants to bring us some British treats.
Oh, excellent.
So I don't know. We're gonna have him here. He's gonna show up and bring us some treats. Hasn't been organized yet, but
All right. Well, we got some time. I
that's
guess.
really, really interesting for everybody out there.
Very interesting. All right, let's get to our first question here. This one's from Jerry. Tass's bold prediction might be coming true. No, I'm not talking about Giannis. Hornets sharpshooter Con Knipple is the new favorite to win NBA Rookie of the Year, taking the lead from his former Duke roommate, Cooper Flagg. Knipple is as low as minus 170 on FanDuel to win Rookie of the Year. Flagg is plus 135. Great race. Either guy will be deserving But let's zoom out, says Jerry. Who's on your NBA all-rookie teams? So, yeah, Knipple is now the favorite.
Amazing.
It's looking very likely that he is going to win this, and that was one of your predictions, bold predictions at the, I guess, end of the calendar year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Jerry, specifically, I thought Cooper was slowing down a little bit. He had a bad couple games, but I also thought Kyrie was coming back, so I was wrong about that, thinking that maybe Kyrie and his possessions would take away a little bit from Cooper, but, Kyrie's sitting the rest of the season. So I was wrong and I was right all at the same time. Maybe we'll see. It's funny because Cooper's left foot is hurt right now, and they're keeping him out of games. But are they keeping him out of more games just because they want to lose? At the same time, it's Cooper Flag playing on a very bad team. How many more games are they going to win because Cooper Flag is playing? Yeah. So that's the interesting part. Cooper Flag could easily win this thing, and I think he is currently second in odds it's because he's not playing right now, I think, because he could come back tomorrow and all of a sudden he would probably be the favorite if he was playing games, I would think.
It's what, 60 games for Knipple, I think. I think it's just under 50 for Cooper. So a 10-game difference right now, 11-game difference right now. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think it would still be a fun debate if both guys had played the exact same amount of games. Like, whatever, 55 or 60 games, the exact same. There's still a debate to be had. But it's looking more and more likely with Knipple is going to have probably the games played on him. On a better team, too. Usually doesn't matter with Rookie of the Year. But he's also just been elite. Like, the efficiency numbers he's putting up as a rook.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good race. Like, if you called it right now, it's like a 50-50 vote, it really feels like. Because I think Cooper has proven that he is a number one guy. And he does more on the court than Khan does. But Khan is not just a shooter, and he's playing on a winning team, and he is an elite shooter, and it feels like he's getting better. Now, I do feel like a little bit of Khan's success is that he gets to play with better players than Cooper Flag does. Cooper does everything for the Mavs, and Khan is definitely enjoying the advantages of playing with a guy like LaMelo Ball, who's a great passer and has become a more unselfish player this year. You can see the difference in the stats when LaMelo's playing with Khan versus when he's off. Khan's an awesome play finisher, and he's been one of the best. He's a great loose ball guy. He does everything out there. He's definitely got some Klay Thompson vibes to him going forward. So I hope Cooper does play a little bit more this season. So it's pretty even minutes played wise. I think like Khan's ahead by 250 minutes at this point right now, which is, I guess, for about as many minutes as they play, like 8 to 10 games, that sort of thing. But it's exciting. I just taught my girls about Khan Knipple because they were punching each other in their chests. So I said, "Oh, the Khan Knipple." They're like, "What?" I was like, "There's literally a guy named Khan Knipple." So they've been calling me that, of course, nonstop for like 2 straight weeks. Okay, which is weird.
So you're not Trae podcast to them.
No, but I'll teach them about that today.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So look, to get to Jerry's question here, to answer it, all rookie first team, of course, Khan Knipple and Cooper Flag. 1, 2, whatever order you want to put them in. They're on the first team. TK, fill out the rest of that squad.
How dare you make me do that? Oh, because I only got 3 guys that I really want on it.
Okay, well, VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That to me those are the 3 guys that are a lock. And then I've got a nice chunk of fellas who I think are in the mix for slots 4 and 5, including Ace Bailey, Cedric Coward, Dylan Harper, and Jeremiah Fears. Though Fears I have a hard time including in my top guys just because I do think he's put up big numbers, but I don't necessarily know if the Pelicans trust him at all. They sent him to the bench. They also done the same with Derek Queen, who had like a really hot December when he kind of exploded onto the scene. Other guys I'm considering, Kalkbrenner, he is a role guy. He seems like a perfect all-rookie second-team kind of guy.
Definitely.
Colin Murray-Boyles as well.
I think so, too.
Doing the same. And then the last guy I would throw into the mix, Maxime Reynaud, has been really good for the Kings. Of course, they've lost 99% of their games, but I love the touch on the floater. He's a good player. So I don't know who my 4 and 5 would be. I probably would go with Coward and Harper as my last 2.
Okay.
I went Coward and Queen as my last 2. Obviously, you lead with Flag, Knipple, and VJ. And the second unit, as you mentioned, a lot of guys that are kind of muddling together. Ace Bailey definitely on mine. Dylan Harper definitely on mine. I threw Trae Johnson on there. I thought he's been good when watching the Washington Wizards and efficient, unlike a lot of other rookies. And then it came down to the last two for me. There's a group of Jeremiah Fears, Hugo Gonzalez. I can't deny that guy.
Okay.
I mean, I think he is fantastic. Again, he's going to just turn 20. He's going to be part of a rotation for over a decade. Well, for a long time. He's super good. And then the Colin Murray Boyles, Maxime Reynaud foursome. But I went with Fears and Gonzalez. No disrespect to Colin Murray. But
who else is out there, just so people don't get too upset? You would throw
Igor.
recently Mohamed Diawara has played well for the Knicks. Igor for the Nets, for sure. He would be their selection, Joman. Sion James has been okay.
Yeah.
Another Hornet
played a lot.
rookie. Will Richard has been decent.
Yeah.
And then I think everybody else you guys said, Trae Johnson and Ace Bailey and so on. Just to give you that first team, Flag, Knipple, Edgecombe, I went Dylan Harper and Derek Queen. But I understand. I was just like UTK. I'm like, oh, who do I put in there? Is it Cedric Coward? He has a right knee sprain right now. He's out right now. I bumped him to second team. Colin Murray Bowles there. Jeremiah Fears. I did have Joman there. And then I was torn between the big white guy center. Is it Kalkbrenner or Maxime Renault? I went Kalkbrenner, but go Maxime if you really want.
Kalkbrenner is
So
second.
I didn't have Ace Bailey, I guess, in the mix. That would be my one omission.
It came a little late. They definitely tried to shelter him, protect him a little bit, coming off the bench, not playing all that much, but slowly pushing him into that role, like other teams do. I guess Ryan Kalkbrenner is going to be second everything for his whole career. He was a second-round pick. He could be a second all-rookie team. I don't have a second thing, but he's going to be a second thing forever. He'll be on a second unit, I guess. He may not be a starter.
Yeah, he's a good backup guy.
Yeah.
All right, next cue. Let's do it.
Hey guys, you're my favorite NBA podcast. This is attempt number 1 of trying to get you to debate this topic. First one.
All right.
You did it. Team colors versus team infrastructure. Okay. Team colors: Anthony Black, Kobe White, Derek White, Jalen Green, and Jalen Brown. Team infrastructure is Stephon Castle, Mikal Bridges, Harrison Barnes, Scotty Barnes, and Karl Anthony Towns. Who would win? Colors versus infrastructure. Thanks, Ollie Dabs on Instagram.
Infrastructure is pretty funny. Castle and Bridges and Barnes in a town. Couple Bridges with Harrison Barnes and Scotty Barnes. I'm team infrastructure in this hypothetical. But where were you
Interesting.
going?
It's really interesting to see who's going to win there. I think team color would need to add Draymond Green. They need a big man.
Little defensive big man, yeah.
Maybe even Hunter Tyson.
Hunter Green, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a stretch, but nice.
Ollie here nailed most of the colors that are available.
Yeah.
There's no Bill Burgundy out there.
Right. No, there's not.
There's no
and we're going current
Periwinkle.
players, so we can't
Right.
go Derrick Rose or something like that.
Not
yeah.
a lot of ads for team infrastructure. The only guys I found that maybe fit the bill are Garrett Temple and Jamal Myshak. Which, close. Pretty close.
Garrett Temple's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's on the bench at least. He's always helping out.
Yeah, he's dancing.
I think looking at these 5 guys that Ollie picked here, I'm probably going infrastructure as well.
Yeah.
I guess. They seem to be a more complete team.
Yeah.
A couple of guards, a couple of forwards, and a big man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big one.
You agree?
Yes.
Okay,
It's kind of
good.
hard to debate. I know, Ollie, I know you want to debate, but it's hard to debate who would win this game. I would go infrastructure as well. Yeah. I started just writing stuff too. I mean, I just wrote puns really. Upcoming defensive player of the year, Scotty is going to shut the Barnes door and not let anyone in. Mikal is a real connector, providing bridges for assists to everyone. Stray cats are everywhere in his towns. I mean, that really is a stretch. It really doesn't apply to being an infrastructure.
Just started writing them.
Yeah, but
started writing stuff.
Just started writing. Because really, who do you got? Colors or infrastructure?
Infrastructure.
How do you?
Jalen Brown's the
solid.
best player, maybe, of everybody here. That's fair. But he's their big guy.
Yeah.
So you're
a good
in a
point.
tough spot here with the size on the team color. And like you said, yeah, you got a point guard, you got wing guys, you got some defensive minded guys in Barnes and Bridges, and then Karl Anthony Towns is still an all NBA-ish, or at least an all-star center. So it's a better team. It's better. It's a better infrastructure to the
They
infrastructure.
got a lot of infrastructure. They do, actually.
Ooh, who would be coaching? I'm putting everybody on the spot here, but any coaches with an infrastructure even pun?
I mean, Doc Rivers isn't an infrastructure. But,
No, he's on Team Nature.
yeah, but if you got to bridges over our rivers,
Yeah, it's true. It's really tough off the top of your
Chris
head.
Finch is also on Team Nature.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can come back to me.
Okay.
I
No, it's not bad.
gotta think about every coach.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not
Tiago Splitter. I mean, that's not infrastructure at all.
that's
bad.
technology.
The rivers could split.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Tributaries. All right. Next one. Hey, boys. Great work on last night's G League broadcast. Okay. So, last week's. Did I say that? Did I say last night's? What did I just say?
I think you said night.
Okay.
But either way.
Hey, boys. Great work on last week's G League broadcast. In the past, you have fallen in love with Skyhawks players. You've gotten the chance to cover up close. This is true. I'm talking about Kobe Buffkin, Daquin Plowden, Vit Krejci, and others. Guilty as charged, no doubt. We love those guys. So who impressed you this last go around? Who's the next College Park Skyhawks player you're going to talk way too much about? That's from Mike here in Georgia. Must have been watching on the Peachtree Sports Network. Thank you, Mike, for checking out. We had a blast doing that once again. I will add one guy. It wasn't from us on a call at a Skyhawks game, but I had sat courtside and saw him and did an Instagram post about him. And I was like, I like this guy. He can play. Brandon Williams. There's another guy who actually, obviously, has played a little bit and is decent. So, but from this go-around, Tass, who jumped off the floor to you? Who's our guy here for no dunks when it comes to Skyhawks players or the other team as well, the Raptors 905?
Asa Newell for me. I know he may be a little bit of a stretch because he was a number 21 pick and he's a rook. And so he isn't a classic G League guy. Are there classic guys? Yeah, there are. Now there's new guys because G League is using their system as more of it's a minor league to get their guys like Asa Newell's 21 pick. I'll say he's going to make it because he's already a media pro. He's a pro on the floor too, but I just tried to ask him a question about his first half. What was your coolest play? And he already had a pre-packaged, predetermined answer, so he's good with the media. He didn't give me the answer that I wanted, but I think he's ready. He's ready. Other than that, this sometimes we miss on this. Like, were we Dominic Barlow fans? Nah.
We didn't talk up Dominic
That's
Barlow, and
true.
he had a great season.
This guy
But
started.
the question is, did he have a good game when we were there?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, that's why Kobe Buffkin got me. I mean,
Of course. We saw him score 40, right?
he
Yeah.
dropped 40 in my face. Thought he could be the guy.
But we did know about Dennis Jenkins and Tolu Smith as well. Asa Newell was good.
He was good.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
But like
he
you're
almost
saying,
doesn't count. Yeah.
he's not even 21 years old
No.
and was a first-round draft pick. They just sent him down. I think probably because Kuminga has come to town, so there's less minutes for the forwards out there for the full Hawks versus the Sky Hawks. But yeah, I mean, he was giving great effort. He's got to stretch his game a little bit, bringing the ball up and, initiating offense, things he doesn't get to do. For the Hawks, he was in the right spot defensively basically the entire time and played super duper hard. So he was great.
Footwork out there. I mean,
Yep.
He had a nice move. I thought that was his coolest one. Give me that one. Give me that as your answer, Asa.
That was nice action. Bashir Jihad also had a great game.
Yeah,
He
monster
didn't
game.
miss basically until late in the game when his legs just started cramping up from running and
that was
dunking all the
crazy.
time. That was awesome. Went up for a dunk. His legs just cramped up, so he got back up, sprinted down the court. Somehow the ball finds him underneath the hoop again on the other end, goes up for a dunk, cramps up again.
And we're like, what the hell's going on with this guy?
This guy's got crazy legs. They brought in Isaiah Moore, who maybe he could be a Musa Diabate type. Sure. He was just running and jumping out there. On the other side, for the 905, I thought AJ Lawson was their best player. He was hitting a bunch of threes, but he's played a ton of NBA games at this point. Another guy that we noticed, Julian Reese, brother of WNBA star Angel Reese. He got the call up last night to the Wizards.
Yeah.
They had an incredible stat that they said on the broadcast for him. They said he was the first rookie for the Wizards since the merger in 76-77 to start his first NBA game that is not the first game of the season. So I was like, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. It took a whole lot of cherry picking to give Julian Reese a shout out, and he fouled out. Fouled out of his first game going
did.
against Şengün. Tough matchup for him, but it was cool to see him out there wearing Angel Reese's shoes.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I'm dumb here, but we watched 905 versus the Skyhawks, and then I saw Julian Reese play in an NBA game yesterday.
Yes.
So I was confused. He's playing for the Washington Wizards. He didn't come up from the go-go.
No.
Capital Go-Go or whatever.
So they're just how does he go from the 905 to the Wizards?
Man, ask John Hollinger. Ask Larry Kuhn. They can explain to you the ins and outs of the CBA.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I don't think he was a draft pick, right? So he's
Right.
probably signed to a contract with the 905 rather than a Raptors holistic contract.
I would
think.
guess that's sort of how what the workaround is to then be able to be called up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it has to be an agreement between the two teams.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're right. It shocked me too. What the hell is he doing? Hey, why is he on that team?
Starting?
Yeah.
Did we just watch the Go-Go Wizards? No, we did not. We watched the Raptors 905ers. What a name, the Go-Go Wizards.
No, that's not what they're called, is it?
It is.
I thought it was the
Capital
Capital
City
City
Go-Go.
Go-Go. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
The Capital City Go-Go. Still, what a name.
Oh, weird name. Well, I think Raptors 905. I actually hated being on the broadcast for that team name.
You being from Stratford, you don't like a 905 area code?
No,
in
but
there?
it's just like a weird team. Like, it's a weird team to call on the broadcast. Because, like, a part of me is like, I guess you can call them Raptors, but that feels strange because they're not, to me, the Raptors.
Yeah.
But then, so you're like, oh, the 905ers looking good here. And it's like, what? Why is he saying a bunch of numbers? I don't know. I didn't like the flow. Like, for Skyhawks, it's easier.
Yeah, I hear
That's
you.
just my opinion.
I hear you.
Raptors 905. You're right. I don't mean to disrespect the Mississauga, man. I know you love your 905, man.
I do, man. Yeah,
Did you have a 905 area code growing up?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But when I got a cell phone, I ain't going 905. You crazy? Back when numbers mattered.
Mattered?
Yeah. I got a 416.
I was going to say you went 416. Nice.
Yeah, blessed.
All right, next one.
As a Knicks fan, I often find myself voicing pessimism about their prospects to advance to the finals, but really I think they can do it. Maybe I'm trying to undermine my optimism by saying they can't. But what other things you have expressed without really believing, just to protect yourself from disappointment when they do or don't come true? Cheers. That's from Craig. So what are things that you kind of, I know this is a tough
This
question.
was such a tough question to answer for me. I struggled with
So
this.
you're kind of hedging, you're protecting yourself
Yeah.
with a prediction.
Go ahead, TK, if you got one.
Oh, mine was easy. The Bulls are going to win the draft lottery.
That's
They got a 4.5% chance, so the odds aren't good. But I spin the tankathon wheel, and there they are, staying at 9th. But then I spin it again until I get them into that top 4. 3 spins, 4. Oh, they just dropped 5, 6. This is bad.
Wow.
7, dropped again. 8, 9.
Are you
10.
serious? Oh my God.
And now we jumped into 3rd.
Okay. I thought when you were counting there, you were not counting the spins. You were counting where they were dropping to in the stand.
No,
and the
no,
drafters
no.
are like, what are you talking about? How is that happening?
No, it took me 10 spins to jump into the top 4,
Gotcha.
which, odds-wise actually kind of makes sense. That's actually a little slow, so we need to update these standings here. But yeah, I mean, when your team sucks and they're tanking, all you can do is believe that the odds are going your way.
Yeah.
So I pray every night to Adam Silver that he rigs the lottery for the Chicago Bulls again.
Do it again.
This is the year.
You did
It's
it
been a
once
long
before.
time. Yeah, it's been a long time since it's been rigged.
It's been a long time. You guys your turn is up. I guess I should have clarified. When I said I found this very difficult, I was trying to not do a classic Raptors sort of hedge my bet, something like that. I was trying to think of something else. And here's the best I could come up with. Believing and expressing that I'm a below average or quite honestly, crappy 3-point shooter. But I'm not. I don't think. And Trey, you can speak to this better than anyone here. I'm really not. And in fact, I've tried to get better at it, take more, I think hit more in our pickup runs. But I think I do this to myself. I believe that because a part of me is it's like the getting older of playing pickup basketball. Like I can't rely on my speed as much, driving as much, all that stuff. So I got to start adding that to my game. But in doing so, I'm like, youth gone. A part of my game gone. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? When I'm trying to hedge there on that.
Well, you do pass up too many threes.
I know. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't. But way better than I used to be.
Exactly.
Way better.
You shoot it just fine,
I know.
especially considering the 50% bump you get from playing pickup ball.
Yeah,
It's
of
like
course.
making 4s. You got to take 2s.
Yeah, I know. You're right. And I mean, we're not playing on an NBA line by any means either. You're right. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You're shooting it more. And you said it was a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
One of our first runs in January. I was like, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm following on up on that resolution.
I've got my my grip squeezer here to help out your forearm strength. You can just do it while you do the show. I don't have it here.
It's mentality. It's got nothing to do with physical. It's all mentality. Let it rip. Man.
So how can you tell yourself you're bad and then be able to overcome that mentality obstacle?
Yeah, I know. That's the hurdle, man. That's the hurdle. I have to start going. I am a good 3-point shooter.
Right.
Like, look, I'm not saying I'm Del Curry by any means, but like in our run, I am. He's good. There's another guy that's elite. Maybe one other guy, but I'm probably top 5, top 4, but I don't take nearly enough.
Yeah, I hear you.
Especially in Trae's right, man, and when you're playing 1s and 2s, man.
Trae got better as he got older, because I would say you weren't a 3-point
you
shooter.
You added a lot more 3-point shots.
So you can do that.
I try to be like you, man. I try and be Trae podcast.
Started lifting weights, man. That's what it is.
Hey, how about today to get better at 3-point shooting or shoot more? Trae day?
Trae day.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Everybody go.
How many threes should I make today? A 3 for me is behind.
Oh, you have your game tonight.
The second. No, we don't. Though I've seen some text messages coming in. Season starts next week, and we just got our other Trae back.
Oh, two Traes.
2 Traes on Trae day. I'm gonna be following up and letting him know that 3-3 is Trae day. But on my driveway, I consider the second crack on the driveway. That's a 3-pointer to me because it seems about far enough. So usually I go for 50 jumpers today, 50 3-pointers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stretch it out. Nice.
Wow, it's a lot.
Nice.
It's a lot.
All right, I'll go down to my local court too. I know if you have nobody rebounding, maybe get one of the girls out there. That'll help. All right, final question here in Beach Step-In. It's pretty simple. We need Tass's top 5 smiles in the NBA. Peyton Watson and who else? And that is from Griffin by way of Substack, where you can obviously leave a question. So, Tass, you did bring up Peyton Watson, his great smile. Let's fill out the rest of the list.
Yeah, here are the top 5 NBA smiles.
Top 5, top 5, top 5. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
At number 5, it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm not just saying this because he's the MVP. That smile is electric. It's contagious. It's just a great smile. Number 4, it's Pascal Siakam. A lot of teeth, a lot of gums.
A lot of gums. Yep.
He can do it all.
Nice
Huge
one.
smile. At number 3, Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, yeah, I thought he'd be on this one.
He's a great one.
He caught an alley-oop or something. He had a fast break dunk where like he fell down, goes tumbling into the bench, came up, just grinning ear to ear.
Right.
I thought that was so funny. Yeah. He's a great smiler.
I literally just said Andrew Wiggins smile and I started smiling.
Yeah.
It is absolutely contagious. He is just, he's so warm-hearted. You could feel it through the smile.
He smiles a lot with his eyes, too.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Tyra. Yeah, smize.
That's right. Smize. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I started calling him warm-hearted Wiggins. I know. He's just a warm-hearted guy. Peyton Watson is number 2.
Okay.
Peyton Watson, if you look at his mouth, you can't help but see those teeth are so white. They're whiter than white, honestly. And it's such a big smile. It stands out. So he's number 2. Steph Curry at number 1.
Wow.
Okay.
That smile he had when he won that gold medal, humongous. That stands out in my head. I don't like when he's got the mouth guard in his mouth and he smiles at the same time. Not a fan of that. But when he won that gold, I'll always remember that. That was such a sincere, real guttural smile. So it felt great. That felt great to see that. So there's
Great
a top
smile.
5. We got a Shea, we got a Siakam. We got our man Andrew Wiggins, Peyton Watson, and Steph Curry at number 1.
There you go.
Those are the top 5
There you go,
smiles.
Griffin.
There you go, Griffin. Let me know.
Who'd he
What do you
miss?
think?
Who'd he miss? Let us know in
There's
the
some good
stream team
smiles.
right now. A lot of great smiles in the NBA.
To me, I would add, number 1 guy I would add is Jared McCain.
Oh, yeah.
That guy has a theatrical smile.
Yeah.
And he's ready to pull it out at the drop
He's
of a
always
hat.
doing it on his social media for
He's
sure.
always
a good
smiling.
one.
That guy's just
Good addition.
always smiling.
Good addition.
A genuine one for me is Jalen Williams.
Big Jalen Williams.
Big Jalen
I
Williams.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smiles a lot too.
He does. He's
Even when Jokic is going at him.
good-natured guy.
Yep, for sure. Good stuff. Great questions, guys. Keep them coming all the time. You never know when we're going to step on the beach. We'll Webite of the night, sponsored by Paul Krupnov. Happy birthday, Paul. That is from your girlfriend, Amy. Paul's birthday was yesterday, March 2nd. But Amy does have a habit of forgetting his birthday and saying it's March 3rd. Sounds like Amy is a big fan of Trae Day.
Hey, it's
But happy
Trae Day,
birthday, Paul. Thank you, Amy. Whoa, boy. Let's go into Jamal Murray. Poured in a game-high 45 points in that win. Shot 13 of 19 from the field, 8 for 13 from deep, 11 of 12 at the line. So mad efficiency. Dished out a game-high 8 assists, had 2 steals. Now, one knock on this, well, boy, he did have a lot of turnovers. Don't love that. Don't love to see 7 turnovers. But when you go for 45, shooting the ball like he did with the 8 assists, I think you're okay for a whoa boy.
Absolutely.
Congrats to Jamal. Kitchener's finest, Jamal Murray. I should have said that. All right.
Got a couple of good smile additions here.
Okay.
I'm seeing a Tyrese Maxey. He's
good
a
one.
good smiler. Absolutely. Kemba Walker, Michael says, had an all-time smile.
Yep.
I mean, it's a totally different list if we're going
All-time.
deep in the smile
Yeah,
archives, but he's on there.
Had to make
He's
the decision.
absolutely on there. And then I've seen more than one person suggest this, and I like to see it. Bryce Sensabaugh.
Wow. Nice pull.
Yeah, he's got a kind face.
Yeah.
To me, he's high on the handsome guy rankings.
Nice.
Yes,
So
yeah.
that's
Okay.
just some
Top
Bryce
5
Sensabaugh
handsome
smile
guys coming
thoughts.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice smile pull. I gotta check Brian Sensabaugh's.
Okay. He's looking it up. No, he likes what he
Very
sees.
good.
Very good indeed. Okay, pick 'em tonight, Tass. You are in a quick hole here. You had a loss last night. TK and I got the win with the Clippers win.
Well, the Knicks are visiting the Toronto Raptors tonight. This is game 4 for them. First 3 games, the Knicks have destroyed the Raptors by an average of 22 points. All big double-digit wins. So what will game 4 bring us? Will it be a playoff series? This team is down 3-0, and then they got a fight for the gentleman's win here? We shall see. They're 2.5-point dogs tonight, so I guess they'll lose by 2 and win and cover for you guys, because both Skeets and Trae are taking the Raptors. I'm taking the Knicks, thinking that they're just going to keep sweeping, and the Knicks are playing better.
Yeah. So it was, thought it was a little bit interesting, this line. Part of the reason I sort of went Raps, I don't know, schedule thinking here with the Knicks, or guys not playing for the Knicks. That's
Too
a
small?
little bit of a small line. For a team that's much better, Raptors can't beat good teams. Knicks, have owned them, like you said. 2.5? Was 1.5?
They're 3.5 games better. It's not like a big difference.
They can't beat good teams.
Yeah,
I
Knicks
know.
have beat him 3 times. Closest game was 16 points.
But look, I say all
Yeah.
that, and I'm picking the Raptors tonight, so maybe this will be one of their rare wins. I mean, they have some points just to cover, but yeah, I think it's weird, the line. So
It is weird.
Always when I see a weird line, I sort of go with it. So, what do
For
you
us,
know?
yeah,
What do
for
you
us,
know?
our hardcores, we know that the Raptors can't beat the above 500 teams. That they just can't.
I just feel like this line, there's going to be a lot of money on the New York Knicks when you look at a line like this. And it was 1.5.
Yeah, so there has been
So-
money on the Knicks because it has grown
Yeah,
from 1.5
true.
to 2.5. Yeah.
And I don't know.
Okay. All
It
right.
would make me feel uneasy, but you got the Knicks.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can tie this up here. Tess does have to pay off February's loss, and we know what we're doing. Smelling salts. And great timing with Doug Christie showing us how these work. Because this clip the other night of Doug Christie doing them, I guess he does it frequently. But that one, that was a strong batch, Tess. This is what you're in store for. Woo! He like throws it. He's pumped though. Let's go. So Tass is going to do this on Friday's podcast, okay? On the Drop podcast on Friday.
This does not make me want to do it at all.
No?
No.
Great fun.
man.
Fun.
Somebody said in the comments yesterday, I think it was in the comments, like, great pick 'em payoff idea. Especially because I know the other 2 guys are going to do it as well.
Oh yeah. I'm
It's like,
interested.
yeah, we'll probably try it.
Oh, so you want me to bring your a good batch?
Bring the best batch you got.
Okay.
Because I'm going to see you do it, and I'm going to be like, I do
Oh,
want to
man.
see what that's like.
What it feels like. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always wondered. But then
Yeah.
you start to see these containers that are like labeled kind of like massive god, like indestructible. And I'm like, oh gosh.
You said
kinda freaks me out,
these
you
ones
know?
were arriving today or yesterday.
Yeah.
Did they get here?
They didn't get here yesterday, but they should be arriving today. I might just go to a Dick's just to I'm scared of them. Let me tell you the Dick's brand, though. I'm
Yeah,
literally
some of them
scared.
do have like.
I think you're doing.
skull
He's
on
doing
him.
way too much research into
Yeah,
this. Like it's
'cause
getting you.
in the end, it's just going to be fine.
That's gonna happen. That's
You're
all
gonna
that's
be
gonna
fired
happen.
up,
You're gonna be
yeah.
like, whoa, and then
You're
you're
gonna
like,
be type
holy
so
crap,
fast.
might cough or something. I don't know.
The
I think
Dick's
it's be over. Yeah.
The Dick's brand is bottled insanity. Come on, dude. I don't want that. I don't want any piece of
You don't
that.
want to sniff dicks? No.
Bottled insanity. That's a cool name. Bottled insanity.
Yeah, and I yell like that because all the colors that they pick is just trying to yell at you, trying to say you're going to be tough, because weightlifters often do snort this and then and then get on the bench.
Do you think this could result in a Gary scenario?
Wow. That'd be
You're
fun.
so even keeled.
Yeah,
I
no
think, but
way.
if you're
Yeah.
salted up, who knows
For
what
sure.
comes out?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
exciting.
I am hoping this results in cocaine bear tests for sure. But I just think it's going to be exactly like we
I
just saw.
guess I
Doug. It's
will.
gonna-
Who called Russell? Oh, Kevin Durant called Russell Westbrook cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear Mellis tomorrow or Friday, excuse me. It would be very funny.
Now
We'll
the
see.
el-
We're
the
gonna just try it out. We don't know what we're getting ourselves into.
I don't.
No.
How many packets are there? For no reason.
Well, I just saw this one without any sort of labels. It just literally says ammonia inhalants 40 count. It's black and white label, just
Right.
very simple. So there's like 40 little packets.
40
Like,
packets. You
would
crack them? Is that what you do? Like,
Yeah. Would you rather have that?
We're gonna learn a lot
Like
on
just
Friday.
a totally generic.
See, that to
branding?
me is scarier in a weird way.
Right.
A little
Yeah, I sort of
Yeah.
want bottled intensity.
I agree.
It's just like, they're making it more fun at least. That seems like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
a very medicinal, very no frills smelling salts.
Yeah, I don't want the department store brand.
Right,
I
right.
don't want a CVS brand.
Which one do we have coming? Do you know? Which one did you order?
Well, one that scared the crap out of me. I forget the name. I already forget the name.
Okay, well, we'll find out. All right, let's call it there, guys. Little game talk, some beach stepping. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. Hit the like button and subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. We're back tomorrow, which is, I believe, Wednesday. Lots of games on tonight, so we'll get into those. And again, keep the questions coming for beach stepping. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, Fred VanVleet hasn't done a podcast since February 16th. And now I do have a little bit of insider information. As I said a few weeks ago, he contemplated whether or not he was going to continue with the podcast if he was playing basketball. So, does the fact that he hasn't done a podcast in 2+ weeks, when it was a weekly episode type of thing, tell you anything? Probably not.
But it could.
His interviewer just canceled, but it could. I don't know if he just canceled. I'm just saying he hasn't done a podcast in a while. So
Tough booking right now.
I know it's getting late though. Fred, let's get on the floor if you can.
Brace the day, people.